The WHCA announced that comedian Amber Ruffin, who has called the president a toddler with his pants pulled down, will be the entertainment for this year's Correspondents' Dinner. Does the White House have a reaction to this choice, and will the president be attending the dinner this year?
Certainly an interesting choice. I have the president's invitation on my desk. I have the invitation for myself on my desk as well. Haven't talked to the president about it. When he makes his decision, I will let you all know. But definitely an interesting choice of the comedian. I'll talk to the boss about it and see what we decide. Sure.
Is it? I mean, did they actually say to you that you need to go after both sides equally?
They said what they said was that they had had people bring it up in the past, how uneven the comedy was.
Because usually the comedy is directed at whoever is the president at the time. So even when you went to the Obama White House Correspondents' Dinner, which he did attend, there were tons of jokes about him. And he was probably more aligned with the media than any other most recent president.
Yeah, I think it's just that burns on Trump hurt badly. And then it trickles down to everyone who's around him, because y'all also guilty. So I think they got their feelings hurt.
So the White House Correspondents' Dinner is coming up. That's whenever the president, politicians, and the media all fill up a room, eat overpriced dinners, pay for overpriced plates, and their spot to be there, and none of us even care even a little bit about it. I don't think Trump has ever attended one of these as president. I could be wrong. I'm not going to look it up either because I don't care, and neither should you. In the end, a so-called comedian, Amber Ruffin, who you've never heard of and you've never seen her anywhere, she's apparently super funny, and she was given the job to come do the roasting of both sides. And after some pretty horrible comments about Trump coming out of her mouth, she has been let go. And then all the progressives and liberals are coming out to cry that she's being canceled. And it's another black queer woman being taken advantage of and being put in a hole so no one can see her when she should be flying high towards the sun, guys. She's just so good. And this was her shot, and everyone was going to hear about her. But she ruined it, and now she's fired, and she's not going to do it. You want to find out why? Let's go. Let's find out why.
This message is specifically for Amber Ruffin. From one black woman to another, I'm outraged. You were lifted up publicly as the entertainment for the WHCA dinner in 3 weeks. And publicly this weekend, you were canceled. I'm outraged. It's humiliating. From one black woman to another, I wasn't on the board. I didn't have any decision making. But from one black woman to another, I understand, and it's not okay. It's unfortunate that you got caught in the middle of this WHCA fight with the Trump White House. I am here to tell you I'm sorry. I apologize.
The White House Correspondents' Dinner just canceled the comedian, Amber Ruffin. Now, you guys know this is something that every year a comedian gets to go and just roast all the politicians. We all love to see this. It's free speech. But I guess free speech is not here. And I mean, I thought Uncle Elon was saying, yes, comedy is illegal. The left is making comedy illegal. Well, it seems as though the right is actually making comedy illegal. I don't know if you guys remember one of my favorite comedians, Michelle Wolf. I've been lucky enough to feature for her a bunch of times, and she, I think, has one of my most favorite Correspondents' Dinners set ever. She just roasted everyone, and it was so smart and so brilliant. So I think there's a sad day in free speech and comedy that it shows that this administration can't take the jokes.
I mean, it just seems to me that when you capitulate and give in to a bully, that bully will continue bullying you. It's like the schoolyard bully. You know, if he takes your lunch, one day he's going to take your lunch again. And so this White House has taken control of the White House Correspondents Association's many of its duties, including who's going to be in the press pool. Now they're rearranging the seats in the briefing room so that legacy media is going to be in the back and some right-wing podcaster is going to be in the front. I think that you stand united as a press corps and you do things that you've always done. I mean, this has been an association since 1921. And when you talk about false equivalency, there is a false equivalency. she's has the, she's a comedian. She's not a journalist. And I think that it's a time-honored tradition. And I think, I know Eugene Daniels very well. I think he made the wrong call. I think he capitulated, just
It was
like
unanimous.
Chuck Schumer did.
Right. Disappointed. I'm very disappointed, first of all, because Amber Ruffin is really funny.
Okay, hold up. I have to stop her right there. Okay, if you're not getting it yet, please pay attention. She was fired from her job because Donald Trump said, "Hey, you know that dinner that I never have gone to, and I'm definitely not going to this one? You need to fire that lady that I personally don't like, so I will then not go to the dinner. And if you don't do that, then I'm gonna do stuff, take your Social Security and take grandma's paycheck." What are you talking about? What's going on? And it's because she's black and a queer and all the buzzwords and all the boxes she gets checked and all her oppression points get added up, and it's Trump being a bully. But look, I gotta stop you right there, Anna Navarro, you conservative witch. Let me tell you something. The last thing that you're going to do is stand here and tell me that Amber Ruffin is funny. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I present to you Exhibit A.
At a Trump rally in Arizona, a young student named Reagan Escude stood up at a podium and said the following.
Aunt Jemima was canceled. And if you didn't know, Nancy Green, the original first Aunt Jemima, she was a picture of the American dream. She was a freed slave who went on to be the face of the pancake syrup that we love and have in our pantries today.
You may think that stopping people from getting rid of a black spokesperson is being a good ally, but that would be comically incorrect. The American dream doesn't have slavery in it, you idiot. Also, how condescending. She's the face of pancakes. That's a big achievement for a black person. You know what you're the face of? A colossal failure in allyship.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, "Hey, you're being a little cheeky, little son of a gun, aren't you? You did something to that audio. You played with that audio and made it worse, didn't you?" No. That was how that clip was presented to me as an advert for her show on Peacock. That was it. That was their audio, guys. I didn't do that. I didn't make that audio like that. I didn't make the laugh track not even be there and had no one laugh. I didn't do that. I swear to God, I did not do that. I did not pull the laugh track out. I didn't make it like echoey and hollow, like she's in an empty room with with no audience. I swear to you, that's Peacock presented that as an ad for her show. Did you laugh? Was it funny? All right. So this comedian, this comedian was fired. And you know why she was fired? She was fired because she's black and because she's queer and because what was the other one? You remember? What? Mormon? Oh, a woman. See, I had to ask my wife. It's I thought she said Mormon. I was like, damn, they're really coming at her. It's because so she's a woman. She so this is not good. This is racist, is what happened. So she was fired because of racism and because Trump was bullying everyone. It wasn't because of these things that she said.
Don't necessarily, like, I'm not 100% interested in being like, ha, you're here. Look at your stupid head. You're burned. I care, like, you're kind of a bunch of murderers. And then it trickles down to everyone who's around him because y'all also guilty. So I think they got their feelings hurt. And they want that false equivalency that the media does. They want that. It feels great. It makes them feel like human beings. But they shouldn't get to feel that way because they're not.
It's a funny thing.
No, it's not, Whoopi. It's not a funny thing. Nothing you say is funny. Nothing Amber Ruffin says is funny. And you hear The View laughing at saying that Trump and his administration are murderers and subhuman and don't deserve to feel like humans. Isn't that funny? And then what was the last? Oh, and then to top it all off, can you believe she was fired from her job? Her bosses came to her and told her what her job needed to be, what she needed to do in her job, and this was her response. Could you even imagine why she was fired, you guys?
So like they were like, you need to be, equal and make sure that you give it to both sides and blah blah blah. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be freaking doing that, dude. Under no circumstances.
Yeah, dude, like my boss at like Costco is totally a racist homophobe, dude, that doesn't like men, I guess, because he came to me and was like, "Hey, dude, you gotta like stock the shelves, put the cans on the shelf." And I was like, "I'm not gonna be friggin' doing that, dude." And then he was like, "You're fired." And I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "'Cause you're black and gay. That's why, dude. Get it together. Pay attention. Can't you? Don't you understand? Pay attention." Anyway, ladies and gentlemen of the court, Exhibit B.
The vast majority of people involved in this event still have not been arrested. They have not been reprimanded by the police in any way, which brings us to a segment called One Time. This man climbed onto the dais in the United States Senate, threw his fist in the air, and shouted, "Trump won that election." One time, a police pulled a gun on me for no reason. Just kidding. That wasn't one time. It has happened to me multiple times. I've been harassed by the police 1 million times for nothing. But these people put on their MAGA hats and guns and broke the law and punched and pepper sprayed and fought cops. And most of them went home and faced no consequences. A bunch of them went to this fancy hotel and hung out in the lobby like nothing happened. Just straight lounging. You know what I thought when I saw that clip? I wish I could walk around with the freedom these people enjoy just one time.
That was real funny. I laughed. That was a real laugh for me. I really laughed about that. Guys, that's a comedy show. That was a comedy show. Did you laugh? Anyway, I'm pretty sure you didn't laugh. And I will also say, how many times do you think this woman had a cop pull guns on her? How many times do you think she was pulled over for nothing? How many times do you think she was harassed by police? I would venture to say it would be less than 1 million times. She said she was harassed by police 1 million times, guys. She's got cops pull guns on her all the time. This Hollywood actress that has her own TV show on Peacock, cops are pulling guns on her all the time, guys, for nothing. She didn't do nothing. And they're just pulling guns on her. This is crazy. What a crazy world. So Amber, the moral of the story is the video's over. Moral of the story, Amber Ruffin, you personally oppressed Amber Ruffin. The police have oppressed Amber Ruffin. The White House Press Correspondents Committee has oppressed her, because you know how people that are oppressed deal with the White House press correspondents staff all the time. You know how when you get calls from the White House press corps, you know how when they call you and then they oppress you, you know how that is for regular people. I know how that is all the time. And then you lose your job at Costco stocking the shelves because you won't put the damn cans on the shelf. If you're not going to stock the shelves, Amber, then let somebody else do it. I don't know what to tell you. Your boss told you what your job is, and you were like, "I'm not freaking doing that." And then you have all the banshees on TV going, "This is racism. This is capitulation to Trump. This is crazy that they're folding to him." Maybe they just don't want a rabid, Trump deranged activist on stage calling all our government murderers. How about that? How many times did she call Obama a murderer? How many drone strikes did Obama do? Is he a murderer? Is Joe Biden a murderer? Anyway, the the video's over. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. I'm having some software issues. I'm having weird stuff going on. All my videos are late, and it is what it is. Bear with me. Just press buttons. Press buttons, subscribe and like and do all that stuff and comment to me and Rich Cotton. All right, bye.